Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you a tutorial for a floral pattern. I've done many versions of these in the past, but the main difference is as how many petals I score. Either 4, 6, 12, but today I'm going to do 8 petals, almost like a dahlia flower. I'm using my UFO lamp for scoring, and I promise to leave all the details of the recipe and the method in the description below. When I transfer my dough from the banneton onto my cake stand for scoring, I spritz it with water. It helps keep it humid and moist, and also helps later in generating steam in the oven. And then I dust it with flour. And the flour serves as a white background for our pattern. I like to outline my pattern with a toothpick. I do just guiding marks. And in order to do 8 petals, I have to, it helps to outline the lines. And I'm also using circular pastry cutters to mark the edges of the petals. It helps so that my petals are the same length and width. Now these half-length marks are also going to help me because I'm going to do 2 rings of petals, and you can do as many as you want. I like doing more than 1 ring because it makes the pattern more intricate. So as you can see, I'm holding my lamp at a slight angle, so I'm not going in at 90-degree angles because my goal is, because this is a triangle, as you can see, the petals are almost like triangular shaped. I'm holding it at, I want to say, 60-degree angle or 70-degree angle, because I would like to get underneath it. And see, I need to lift it because during the baking the petals will rise off the bread and the pattern will be more distinct. So now it's time to do the second ring of petals, and I'm following the initial one. I start halfway at the length of the first ring of petals and going all the way about an inch down or 2 centimeters, and it all depends on your preference. And again, I'm trying to lift the tips off the bread. And the other thing that you may notice is that while the first line of petals was kind of triangle shaped, sharp edges to the petals, this one is more like a floral petal, so I'm trying to give a curve to the tips. It's just a preference because I want some difference in the floral design. Now you can bake it like that, or you can add any more detail that you want, and I'm here adding wheat husk type patterns in between the petals. Now while the initial ring of my floral pattern, I was scoring it rather deep, going in about 1 centimeter, 1/3 of an inch, or even as deep as half an inch if you want. These wheat husks are scored rather shallow because I just want the pattern to be there. I don't want it to lift off the bread itself. I'm speeding up here because who wants to sit and watch me score wheat husks for 5 minutes? Okay, so let's do some finishing touches, okay? I like to remove the toothpick outlines if I'm not using them, and both on the sides and in the middle, because believe it or not, even the thinnest outline with a toothpick will stay visible after you bake. So just clear your canvas, so to speak. And I'm doing the reverse of wheat husks on this inner circle of petals. Literally 3 marks on each petal. And you can even do one score mark, like kind of outline. As many details as you want to add, or not. And these score marks also are not very deep, just shallow. I'm using my thermometer to poke some holes, and this is only for design purposes. Okay, so my design is ready and finished. I will be baking this in my Challenger bread pan. I preheat this for about 500 degrees for about an hour, then lower it and bake it covered for 22 minutes at 430 degrees. Then uncover it and bake it an additional 20 minutes with 400 degree Fahrenheit. And look at that. So as I intended, the petals have come off the bread and they kind of elevated, and the pattern is rather distinct and beautiful. If you like this tutorial, click the like button below, and I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel. I also post pretty regularly on Instagram tutorials and ideas for breads and scoring and everything sourdough, and occasionally some cakes. If you try this pattern, please leave a comment below. I'd love to learn about your experience. And please continue to score art on your loaves. Happy baking!